Guys, how you guys doing this morning? It's morning right now. I'm kind of up right now, and I really want to create a really quick tutorial of a coding tutorial, right? So I did this design a week ago, and it's just kind of here. It was for Dribble, so I kind of made like a Dribble shot of the design. So this morning I'm gonna walk you guys through the coding process. I'm gonna create this landing page with HTML and CSS. I'm gonna take you guys throughout the process from scratch. So hopefully I'm able to do this, and yeah, let's go along with this. So to start this off, I'm gonna make it really simple. I'm gonna create like a new folder on my computer, right? And I'll just name this, actually let's use the actual name, Remotey. Yeah, let's use that, Remotey. All right, so I'm gonna open this document with VS Code, right? And you don't have to open it with VS Code. You can just add these files I want to add by yourself, but I want to open it with VS Code, right? So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to create like an index.html, right? And I'm going to create a CSS, right? style.css, and yeah, this is all basically we need to start up this project, right? So I'm gonna scaffold an HTML structure with emmet. So if you use VS Code, if you just type on the exclamation mark, it allows you, and you press tab, it allows you kind of like scaffold this HTML basic like structure, right? So yeah, so I'm gonna link the CSS, guys. I haven't linked CSS in a while, so I may not remember how to link it. Okay, emmet would definitely help, but I don't know if this would work. Let's see, reference style the CSS. So I don't know if this is actually linked, so I'm gonna test to see if it's linked by, let's just add in like a CSS to the body, and let's just say background color, obviously red. Alright, so let's save. So I'm going to save the HTML as well. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to create a live server with VS Code. I hope that shows me that, right? It's not showing. So VS Code has like a plugin that enables you to create like a server, so you can preview like your HTML on the browser, and I don't know why it's not showing me that option right here. Alright guys, so I had to, I guess, close it and reopen it for the live server to know that it's there, which is weird, but I think we're live now. So the HTML doc is empty, which it shouldn't be. Let's put that h1 and just say hello, and let's save. Alright, so the h1 is showing. Our CSS isn't yet linked, so let's see if I need to put that. It seems to be linked. I don't know why it's not showing here. Oh shoot, guys, so fucking stupid, man. Alright guys, so it's linked. It didn't work because I used a class instead of the actual body tag, right? So we have our CSS linked. So let's take out this style real quick and let's save. Yeah guys, when you code, you have to search a lot of stuff, right? Alright, so we have this hello tag, right? And essentially we want to create this UI. So you know, I'll just basically walk you guys through how I go about it. And yeah, let's start with the actual. Okay, let's do the header first, even though I generally don't like doing that, right? So we're going to use a let's use a nav tag, right, for the nav bar, and we're going to put a div for the logo. So we're just going to call this logo with a class name, right? And the logo will be an image. Even though we can use an SVG, I would generally use an SVG, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm not using an SVG. Then this other div will be for the menu, right? So instead of using a div, let's see, we can actually use a UL here. Then li, how many items are in the menu? Let's say 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So guys, a lot of the things you're seeing me use in our shortcuts from Emmet, you don't necessarily have to use them, but it just helps speed up your coding, right? So we're gonna add home services wow, about, then contact us, but contact us will be a button. So yeah, we're gonna have to fix that, right? So but I'm just gonna put this right here, contact us, right? So we have the logo here, and we have the menu items, right? So they're in a nav div, and they are both in their own separate like containers. So this will help us because we're going to be using flex to style this. So let's just name this class navbar. So just navbar, right? Alright guys, so I'm going to show you guys how I generally style my things, but before I do that, let's copy the logo. We need to group it first, right? Because like we want it to be a group. So I pressed Command G to group them in case you're not aware of that. So we're going to export this as a PNG because we want the actual image. So we're going to export it to our desktop, the same folder that has our HTML and CSS. We're just going to save it right in there. So it's called group 1. I don't want it to be called group 1. I'm going to change the name. So let's change the name to logo.png, save, right? And we're going back to our code, and essentially we're going to put the source. So if you look here, we can see the logo right there, right? So we're going to put the source to logo.png, and we're going to make the alt tag logo. It doesn't really matter that much. And I just saved it, so let's kind of see what that looks like. So you can see what that looks like. This is currently unstyled, it doesn't have any styles, so this is what it looks like. I spelled contact completely wrong, but yeah, English guys, contact. Wasn't even close. Contact us. I don't want. All right, so we have like the a rough idea of like what the menu is gonna look like. So we're gonna start adding some more styles, right? So these LIs are links, right? So what we're gonna do right here is that we're just going to like cut this out, and we're gonna add an A tag. And right now we're gonna put hash because we don't have a destination for it, and we're gonna repeat the same for the rest of them. So let's do that. Then for the contact us, we're going to use a button, right? We won't use a link tag, we're going to use a button tag, right? Because that allows us to style it differently than the rest, even though it's not that important. But you could still use the a tag and put like a class on the a tag and style the a tag to look like a button, but I want to use this approach. So we have this nav bar, right? And let's save this again so we can see, you know, the button has like a different style than the links, right? So first thing we're going to notice about this design is that obviously the design has like some what will I call it, like margin padding, right? So, you know, as we can see here, it's just like, you know, on the edge of the screen. So we're gonna wrap this nav in a div, and we're gonna call this div wrapper. So this will be our wrapper class. Now you actually don't have to wrap the actual nav. You could just put like the class on the nav bar actually. I think that would actually be better, but let's just wrap this and call it wrapper for the sake of this, right? But you know, there are many ways to like achieve the same thing. So the way I generally start, right, once I have all my classes, you know, in place, I come straight to the inspect tool, and I do a bulk of my work in the inspect tool, right? So I put all the classes in the code and I do my work in the inspect tool. So there are a lot of custom classes that HTML generally comes with, and I haven't really worked with this in a while, so I've completely forgotten about it. But it comes with like paddings and margins and things like that I think is really weird, that it kind of adds to your design. So